Good morning, guys. This song notification popped up on my YouTube. It is from 2017. So I listened to it. It's called Mixed Signals by Ruth B. I'll put it in the description box. But it really describes like the dance between the twins. Especially during like the push and pull and coming back and leaving. It's really a beautiful song, but I feel like there was a reason that popped up on my notifications. So give that a listen. I'm just going to do something a little different. I'm going to just see how what the masculines want to tell us about how they're actually feeling. So, and I'm going to try to keep it away from like situations because I really don't want to read into the karmic energy. It always comes up though, which is super annoying to me, but a lot of people on my channel must be in karmic situations. So that's why it happens so often, but I'm going to try to just see what the masculines want to tell us about how they're feeling right now in this current energy. We do have the eclipse. I believe it's today. So the energies are very strong. They're hitting a lot of people, but it's bringing in changes and new beginnings. So that's really good. It is in Cancer, which is about feelings and home and what really makes you happy, what you really love. So I think that's going to be really hard for a lot of us, but I think it's going to be a good thing in the long run. So we'll just get started. Spirit, what do the masculines want to tell their feminines about how they're feeling about them? How are they feeling about them? What do the masculines want to tell the feminines about how they're feeling about them? So we've got the Phoenix, which is beautiful. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. So the masculines want you to know, feminines, that they are growing right now. They're going through like the Phoenix rises from the ashes, right? That soul transformation, coming to like aha moments where they could have said before, I don't love you that way, I don't want to be with you, but they're changing their mind because Spirit is helping them awaken and grow. A lot of them are going through massive transformations right now where they're coming to the realization of who you are to them and what that actually means, instead of pushing down those feelings and rejecting you. Basically what they're doing when they do that is reject themselves. So you are their mirror. So when they reject you or deny you or your love, it's because they're really rejecting themselves. They don't love themselves. So that love that they feel, it really scares them, and most of them just push it down until they can't take it anymore, and that transformation happens. So that's what's happening right now. We do have the dragonfly, which is also about change. Be lighthearted, finding out things, coming to light, adapt, change, heal. Exactly what I just said. They're having aha moments. Things are triggering them, especially when you're masculines, because there is going to be a lot of communication. I've already talked to my masculine. My friend who's a divine feminine, she's talking to her masculine. Things are happening. It might not necessarily be what you want to hear, but you'll hear them say stuff which confirms their spiritual growth, okay? So it might not be, let's be together right this second, but it is, hey, they'll just say stuff that is about the twin journey. They just don't know that they're on a twin journey. They're just learning things about themselves. You'll hear them talk about levels of spirituality and gifts and things like that, okay? But they are having those aha moments. Things are coming to light. And then it says change and heal again. So things are changing. We do have healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, being happier. This is beautiful because what the change is bringing is them realizing that they don't love themselves. Them realizing that, they have wounds, childhood wounds, or they're suppressing what their soul wants because they feel like it's just an urge or temptation, especially if they're in other situations. They feel extreme guilt for being in other situations and hurting you, but also they don't want to hurt anybody else. They feel like it really hurts them to put themselves first because they don't love themselves. So that's changing as well. They're growing to understand that they have one life to live. So maybe they're content where they are, but it's nowhere near what their life would be if you guys were actually together. We do have Hand of Cards, which says, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. So what I get from this is this transformation and them starting to care about what they want instead of what everybody else wants from them, or wants the way that people think that they should be or what they should say, being in this robotic state of just doing what they think is the right thing to do, but it's actually not the right thing to do for them or for their feminine, which in turn is not following God's plan for the destined path you guys are on. They're going to be taking a risk here. They're going to want to take that chance. They're going to make these decisions that they have never thought that they would make before, which brings us back to change mind, okay? Spirit, how are the masculines feeling about their feminines? What do they want to tell us about how they feel about their feminines? Which also, in that regard, since that was the question I asked anyway, I feel like they're watching you. Like they know that you're loving yourself. They know that you loving yourself actually helps them love themselves, since you guys are one soul, right? The more you transform and grow and take care of yourself, the more that they're taking care of themselves. And they're coming to that realization also. They know that you want them to take this risk, this chance, so you guys can be together. We do have paradise here. I didn't even see that. It says happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. They want you to know that this change, that is what that is bringing, happiness to both of you. Spirit, how are the masculines feeling about their divine feminines? What do they want them to know? Please no third party card. Oh. How are the masculines feeling about their feminines right now? What do they want us to know? I just saw the separation card. What do we got here? Wow. Y'all, I'm pissed. What the fuck? Sorry, I don't mean to cuss. I just cuss a lot. But I just said no third party card. And Spirit's like, sorry, we got to talk about the third party, even though I don't want to. I can't help what comes out in the readings. One beautiful thing about that card right next to it is the twin flame card. So the third party, honestly, it really doesn't matter. I know, well, okay, it does matter because it hurts you that they are with somebody else, but it really doesn't matter because you are their soul, okay? A third party is never going to take that away from you. I know it doesn't make things necessarily better, but, you know, it's a positive thing that you can think about when you're upset. Like, hey, you know, no one else, if they're married in a commitment, just messing around, whatever, no one else is going to hold a candle to you. No one else is going to bring that love that you bring. No one else is going to have that bond with them because you are them, okay? And they know that. They know. We do have fear, though. So they want you to know that they do love you very, very much, and it scares them, which is why they stay in these third-party situations, because these situations that they stay in, basically, it's safe. That's all it is. They don't have to really try. They don't have to share their emotions. They don't have to, when they're with you, feminine, their mask is off. They feel naked. They feel vulnerable. They know that when you look into their eyes, you know them because you guys are the same soul. And it fucking freaks them out. It's very scary, which is why they stay in these situations, because that doesn't happen. They're just regular people, and maybe they love them, but they're not in love with them. So they don't really have to share their emotions. They don't really have to, try for anything, right? We do have awakening here. So like I said earlier, they are awakening. They are changing. They are rising from the ashes, and they're overcoming this fear. They're overcoming these third-party situations because they know where they're supposed to be. It just takes some time. A lot of them are at a crossroads right now about what to do about these third-party situations, because it is such a safe place for them, even if they're not happy, okay? Most of them aren't even happy or content. It just depends on if they're with a karmic or if they're with a soulmate. Soulmates are a lot harder to leave because they didn't do anything wrong and they feel bad for hurting them, okay? Karmics are usually very toxic relationships, and they're just addicted to the codependent aspect of that. But leaving soulmates is a lot harder than leaving karmic partners because they do have that soul tie. It's not a twin flame soul tie. It's not a soul tie like you. But also think of it in the way as if your masculine's with a soulmate, okay? You guys are the same soul. So technically, that soulmate has a soul tie to you as well. So they're together to help the masculines grow in ways that they need to grow, lessons that they need to learn, so they can come back to you, okay? We do have observer here. So like I said earlier, them watching you, them seeing how strong you are, you're their inspiration, okay? This muse here, you're their inspiration. They also think you're the most beautiful person on the planet, just like you think your masculine is the most beautiful person on the planet. But you inspire them because they are watching you, even if you don't know. They know how far you've come. They know what you've done with your life. They know, how meeting them has changed your life and their life drastically. And if you can leave third-party situations, a lot of us were in karmic relationships when we met our masculine. I was. And I left that situation after 12 years, okay? So they see that if you can do all these things, feminine, if you can grow and if you can love yourself, then they know that they can do it because you guys are the same, all right? It makes them want to be a better person when you be a better person. We have surrender here. So this crossroads, I believe, is, do I surrender to what the universe wants? Do I surrender to God's plan? Do I surrender to my divine feminine? Do I let the emotions flow through me? Or do I keep shoving them down? I don't know, because it's really scary. It's really scary, the information that I'm getting here, okay? But do I let this third party know? Do I tell them that I love somebody else? Do I leave? They're not sure. They're not sure what they're supposed to do. But this awakening here is causing them to have things shoved in their face constantly about you. And the universe will not let them forget about you, ever. I do have free will here. So they are receiving this information now. So I think they're headed towards more surrendering because they're using their free will to receive this information from spirit, okay? We do have self-worth and nostalgia. So the more they think about you and you loving themselves, again, the more it makes them love themselves. We had new direction on the top of the deck that came out. So this crossroads that they're at right now, they're leaning more towards surrendering to the connection, letting it flow through them, learning from it, understanding what it means, and taking a new direction towards the light instead of staying in this mucky energy, indecisive that they've been stuck in for a long time. Spirit, how are the masculines feeling about the feminines right now? How are they feeling about the feminines? Some of them also think that you're at a crossroads, feminine. Like they don't know if you would rather be with them or a third party. Some of you could be dating and they're watching that and scared that they're going to lose you here. And they don't know what to do. So with that crossroads, so they're just going to surrender. They're going to give it to God and say, if we're supposed to be together, we'll be together. The thing with that is even if it's your path, your destined path, yes, the universe will make things happen for you guys to come together, but you both still have to take action towards that, or, you know, it's not going to happen. You have to take this chance to move forward. The universe isn't just going to get us married ourselves, right? Spirit, how is the masculine feeling about his feminine? How's the masculine feeling? Okay. About his feminine? So this fell, you guys saw that right on top of the twin flame card, true love. They know that you are their true love. They know that this third party is never, they've tried for so long. They know it's never gonna work because they love you. They constantly think of you. They want to be with you. They wish they were cuddling you and not this other person. As most of them don't even actually have affection with their person. It's just kind of like, again, it depends on if it's a karmic or a soulmate. But we do have healing family issues. So I feel like this here with this third party situation, they're talking, they're healing stuff, they're completing contracts that they're in. Most of the contracts have been over for a long time, but they stay because they're codependent. So healing these issues here that they've had with their parents when they were children, and learning that it's okay to take a risk and put themselves first and make themselves happy, because their whole lives they've been people pleasers and they want acceptance from everybody, so they just give to other people instead of helping themselves, instead of giving themselves what they want. We do have past life relationships, so they know, again, that you guys have had many lives together. Many lives, okay? You guys have been married in many lifetimes. They could be having dreams about past life situations. They might not know that it's past life, but that's what it is. They're starting to understand that I've known this person before. I remember my masculine, when I first met him, we both said, I feel like I've known you before. And we have, because we've been in past life relationships. We have the same soul, right? But they're coming to that understanding. They're remembering when you guys first met and, oh, wow, I really did know her from before. We've got love yourself first and reconciliation. So this is beautiful. When you start to love yourself first, feminine, when you start to put yourself first, and it attracts your masculine back to you for reconciliation, because since you guys are the same soul, no matter if they want to or not, their soul wants what it wants, right? You guys are the same. So when you start loving yourself, when you start putting yourself first, when you start living your life, which I know is way harder to say than to actually do, because the universe is constantly shoving this in your face every day, right? But I feel like that's what we have to do to come together. And I don't feel like we have to do all this healing and, you know, all this child work. Yes, it'll make you a better person. It'll make you grow. But I don't think it's necessary to come back together with your twin. I think that once you start living your life, your masculine will come back, because your soul is drawing them in, and they don't know why. They just can't take it. They just have to move forward to come back together with you. Spirit, let me actually, okay, I'm going to use a deck I've never used on my channel before. Let me use them. Ooh, they're the sexy deck, because I'm feeling a little sexy today. I'm actually in like my pajamas. I have no makeup on right now, so, but heck, I always am up for a sexy time. So maybe that's what I'm feeling. Spirit, what do the masculines want to tell their feminines right now? If you get offended by sexual images, now would be a time to click off. But I love these cards. Spirit, what do the masculines want to tell the feminines? How are they feeling? How are they feeling about their feminine? How are they feeling about their feminine? Okay. I don't read these in reverse. I kind of just actually go off of the picture, the image. This is the wheel. So what I get by this, like you see all these hoes laying around. I'm just kidding. Kind of kidding, but. So what I feel is, you know, this is the wheel, like the Wheel of Fortune. I just feel like your masculine wants you to know that, yes, he has options, okay? He's handsome, he's smart, he's charming, he's hilarious. Anybody would love him, okay? And you know that because you love him as well. But it's like, yes, I have all these options. Yes, I can talk to all these people. Yes, I can be in another relationship, but no one compares to you, okay? Do you see how this girl is up here? Like, she's on the top, right? It's like, yes, all these other females or males, gender doesn't matter, throws themselves at me, but you're always going to be number one. You're always going to be in the top spot. You know, these people hold nothing on you, okay? So even if I'm with somebody else, they're down here, you're up here on this pedestal, and you always will be. Even though they need to get rid of them. Just kidding. They're not all hoes, but... so this is the Knave of Chalices, which I think is the Page of Cups. So you see here how he's writing a letter, and then he gets pissed off, and he rips it up, and he starts writing it again. And do you see these people back here? So it's like the masculine wants to, again, communicate and come forward. He also might think you're in a third-party situation, like you have somebody else. But also it's like he's sitting down, writing a letter or a message or a text, and then he remembers he's with somebody else. So it's like he gets frustrated and is like, no, I shouldn't send this. I shouldn't send her a message. You know, I'm already with somebody. And then like he goes on with his, you know, week. And then again, he's like, no, I need to message her. It's like that back and forth, like this crossroads here. Okay. But you can see how he is just so irritated and pissed off because he can't send you a message. He's going to, but it's like he remembers that he's married. He remembers he's with somebody else, and he's like, fuck, I can't send this. Or he, you know, thinks you're with somebody and he doesn't want to ruin your happy relationship, so he just doesn't take action. Then we've got the Queen of Wands here, which again is usually my karmic energy card. It did fall on the third party. Of course it did. But I feel like in terms of me not actually reading what the card is, I feel like he's just watching you. Or if it is the karmic energy, instead of like being intimate, because he's not touching her at all, it's like he's keeping his distance from her, or, you know, all of them, which he should be. You hear what I'm saying? I'll kill somebody. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I joke a lot. But what to me, it means a couple things. He's watching you. Again, you know, I feel like they are observing you. They're watching you. They could have videos of you, you know, that they're watching, and they feel like they can't come within a distance of you. Like they have to stay away for some reason. And I think that's mostly the guilt that they feel from already being in relationships or in situations. They feel very guilty. But also they're keeping their distance from their karmic partner or soulmate partner or whoever. They're not really intimate. She kind of pushes, like she's not even paying attention to him. Like they kind of don't really interact. Okay. Like he's not even talking. He's just kind of looking over. That is one of the creepiest hands I've ever seen. Good Lord, look at that. What the fuck? Anyway, sorry. But it's like, you know what I mean? He's not even looking. He's not even looking here. I mean, he's looking. He's not saying anything. He's not talking. She isn't either. She's not paying any attention. We've got the Six of Wands here. So this is about success, reunion, you know, letting the public know, which kind of makes sense since they are outside with all these animals here. And it's like he's touching her, and he doesn't care who sees. He doesn't care if the animals are watching. He doesn't care if there's other campers out there. Looks like they're in some kind of, I don't know, outside somewhere, but he's touching her. He also might love your ass. He loves to touch it, loves to feel it, loves to fuck it, I was gonna say. But he loves it, and he wants to do that. And you're just like, yes, please. Yes, come on. Let's go. But this is like not caring if other people see. If they're outside, they want the world to know that they love you. That's what their ultimate wish is. Like, if I could be with my feminine and no one had anything to say about it, I would do it in a heartbeat. If I didn't have to hurt anybody, I would do it in a heartbeat. And then we have the Eight of Wands, which is about communication. But what I get from this card is, oh, wow. So my masculine told me that he thinks there's levels to spirituality, which there is. He's very correct on that. And you see this ladder back here. I feel like with this Eight of Wands, it's like they're going, like they're ascending, they're awakening to the next step, right? So this energy right now that they're awakening to is taking them up the ladder to the next step, where they can grow and transform. But he really wants to give to you, feminine. He wants to speak to you like he is whispering soft nothings into her ear. It's not just about, let me touch your ass, let me fuck you, right? It's also about, let me nurture you, let me take care of you. Like, I want to make you feel good, but also in a very loving way. And when he goes up this ladder to the next step of spirituality, he's going to realize that it's not just, you know, lust or temptation. It's that he honestly loves you with his whole heart, and he wants to take care of you. This is also about communication, okay? Again, we got the Six of Swords here, which is about moving into calmer waters in terms of thoughts. So to me, this here, it's about moving forward. They're also outside, so they don't care if people see them. It's about moving to a better place in your life, and that better place is inside of you, Divine Feminine. Oh, guys. Please don't come for me in the comments for being a nasty girl, okay? But that's what they want. They want to dominate her, not in a bad way, okay? They want to dominate you. They want to take care of you, but they also want to show you their strength. Also, masculines really show their love through physical contact, through making love, through having sex, and it's like they want to do that. If you guys have never had sex, they think about it all the time. This is the Six of Swords. Those are thoughts, okay? If you guys have been intimate, they think about that all the time. When they're really stressed out, they think of you guys together, and it brings them to a calmer place. It makes them feel good. I just heard when they're with a karmic, it doesn't matter. They think of you anyways, which doesn't really make it better, but at least they think of you, right? Bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Swords. So this is that crossroads, right? Not making a decision, being in the indecisive place. Well, now he's giving her this rose. What is that, a tulip rose? He's giving this to her. He's giving it to her. And you see how, like, her shoes off here? It's kind of like Cinderella. Like, the prince has known all along he loved her. He just had to, you know, find her in this village of all these people. And it's like, he finally realized it was you, okay? It was you who had his soul. He was the one who was confused. He was the one who let his ego and pride control his emotions. But now he's like, I want to give to you. So yes, taking off that blindfold, that Two of Swords, finally making a decision because he's awakening to the connection even more, okay? Oh, don't you guys love them cards? All right, what's the time here? 30 minutes. Spirit, what do the masculines, how do they feel about their feminines? What are they feeling? And also, some of you might really get like a handwritten note, which are like the best things in the world. I love them. Spirit, what are the masculines feeling about their feminines? It's back. It's back. Oh, our babies. Guys. So we got the Five of Pentacles, which is isolated and alone. So even though they're with these other people, they're not happy. They still feel alone without their feminine. If you've pulled your energy away, they're feeling that void. You know, they're getting this Eight of Wands again. So double communication, okay? Double transition? Double transformation, I meant. Double the energy surge, double the communication, coming in quick and fast and passionate. Passionate with the devil. Obsession. So still having obsessive thoughts about you. Still awakening. Still going through this change. And these obsessive thoughts are hurting them so bad. We've got the Three of Swords. It says heartache. They want you so bad, but it's like this is holding them back. It's like they wish they met you sooner before they were with this person, so none of this would have happened. Obviously, this stuff had to happen for your journey, for you guys to learn things. So you are both better people when you come together and help the world. But it's like he knows, Six of Wands, he knows he's going to be victorious with you. Success and recognition. Understanding who you are and what that means. Why am I still thinking about this girl after 4 years? It doesn't make sense. Why do I still love her? I should have been over this by now. Because they're realizing that it's not just a normal relationship. It's not just a normal relationship. You are the same soul. Okay? It's never going to stop. And it makes them feel so alone. And it hurts them also. It hurts them so bad that they have left you alone, that they have abandoned you, or they think that they've abandoned you. You probably have some abandonment issues, but I felt abandoned by my masculine for a long time. I don't anymore, but I did, and it still hurts, when he denies the connection. But the thing is he knows that one day you guys are going to be successful together. He knows that. He knows that. Let's see. Let me use these. And then I'll do some messages and close out here. Spirit, how are the masculines feeling about their feminines? How are they feeling? How are the masculines feeling about their feminines? Okay, so we've got sadness and isolation. So again, that Five of Pentacles energy. Being left out in the cold. This is the Three. This is like the Three of Swords, right? That heartache, that they know they're alone. They're like down here, and they know that they need to go up that ladder and ascend and become who they're supposed to be. Do what's best for them to make themselves happy. They know you're their happiness and their stability and their joy. They love you so much. It's like so much that they are so scared of you. Because they know that if you guys were together, they would have to try. They would have to be open. They would have to be vulnerable. And getting over that first hump, they're scared to do that because it is scary. They're scared to leave other situations that they feel safe in because they don't have to really feel anything. They don't have to communicate or anything like that. We do have observe again. So they are watching you. They're watching what you're doing. They're watching your growth. They're realizing that they can move on from these karmic situations, from these soulmate situations. They can move on and they can be happy. But also the person that they're with would be happier without them because they also have a person, not saying it's a twin flame, but they also have a person that they're going to be with that's not thinking about someone else all the time. Because of simply love. They love you Simply enough. It's that simple. Coming to terms with them loving you. And they know that they love you. And then we have reach out here. So again, with that communication, masculines are reaching out. You guys are having conversations. It might not be exactly what you want to hear, but it is going to be about them ascending. They're going to say things, that you're going to be like, wow, they're really not the same person. Some of them are going to, say, hey, let's get married. Let's move. Let's elope. Let's do all these things. But some of them aren't. Some of them are still, it's basically to confirm that they are moving forward, but it's not quite time for them to leave these situations. Or it is time and they finally are, or they're having a really hard time with leaving these situations because they don't want to hurt anybody. So they have so much guilt. So they stay. So they continue to stay. They continue to break their own hearts, break your hearts, break the karmic or partner or soulmate's hearts. But it's going to keep going in a cycle until finally they break it. So it will happen. Spirit, what do the masculines want to tell their feminines right now? What do the masculines want to tell their feminines? Would you reject me? I've thought about you a lot lately. Our connection still affects me. I can't ignore the signs I'm receiving any longer. Okay? They are receiving signs. Even if they don't confirm it, they're paying attention. They're seeing it. They're learning what it means. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. Lying and saying, I don't love you that way. Lying and saying, I'm never going to be with you. It was easier because they didn't have to be vulnerable. I've got here, maybe we're just too different. So this is like past energy, or some of them are in this space right now thinking, because when you feel that pull towards somebody, you're like, what the hell's going on? And then so they start what the masculines do is they kind of think about it too much. So they talk themselves out of it. They find every reason why this wouldn't work, find every reason why you guys are different, and why they should stay in this safe place that they created for themselves. So they're getting out of that though, okay? They're realizing that they were just lying to themselves and to you. I'm in a much better headspace now. So they're getting that clarity. They're growing. They're healing. Your beauty still moves me. They think you're beautiful. Like I said before, the most beautiful thing on this planet, okay? Spirit, what do the masculines want to tell their feminines? What do the masculines want to tell their feminines? And I had this card in there. That's weird. I feel badly for the way that I treated you. You didn't deserve that. So again, that guilt. The guilt towards you, the guilt towards third parties, the guilt towards themselves. It's so much guilt. It's so heavy. You are never far from my mind. You've affected my life significantly. You have. You've changed their whole life. Am I good enough for you? You've changed their whole life, and they have hurt you so much that they think that you would be better off without them. The thought of you still does things to me. Oh, we know, masculine. We know. We know it does. There are still so many unsaid things between us. Absolutely. There's so many things the masculine wants to say, but he won't. Not right now anyway, until he, realizes that you're there for him always. You've been fighting for this all along, and that you really love him. So these are the last messages I'm going to do. If you guys could subscribe, like, and comment, I would really appreciate it. If there's any certain questions you have for like the whole collective, let me know in the comments and maybe I'll do a reading on it. I love hearing your suggestions and if it resonated. I do offer personal readings. They're very affordable. Just send me an email. My email's below. Spirit, what do the masculines have to tell their feminines right now? Please don't pressure me, okay? Don't pressure them. When you pressure them, they clam up. They have to think, they want to make the decision. I feel obligated to stay. So these third party situations, they feel obligated. They feel like they made a promise or a vow. And if they leave, then, everyone will hate them. And they feel like they have to be there. It's hard for me to express my feelings because they have to be so vulnerable with you, that it scares them, because they never have had to be that vulnerable with anybody. They always have this mask up. It's like they're always in this costume and the real them's inside, but nobody has to see that. Nobody does see that besides you, Divine Feminine, and that scares the shit out of them. I'm scared of what people will think. Yeah, if I leave this marriage, if I leave this, situation, what are people going to think of me? What are people going to say? Masculine, if you're watching, just know you have one life to live. Those people don't have to live with your regrets. They don't even live your life. So yeah, maybe they'll think something, but who gives a shit, because at least you're happy. How Do I Live by Leanne Rimes. This is a beautiful song. I love this song. I Can't Wait to Kiss Your Pretty Face. Aww. And then we do have a time here. We have 3 months. So this is a general reading. This could mean you'll get communication in 3 months. This will mean you guys could be in union in 3 months. This could mean they're going to leave this partner in 3 months, okay? Again, if I were to get this in a personal reading, I would pull cards to see what's happening in 3 months. I hope that helped you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you.